Welcome back. Please take a second to pause this video and read through the question if you haven't done so yet, and then meet me back here. Okay, jumping right into part B, it says assume that the fuel efficiency of the ICE vehicle is 25 miles per gallon and that gasoline costs $3.75 per gallon. Calculate the cost of gasoline per mile. So hopefully you can recognize at this point that this is a dimensional analysis or unit conversion type problem. So I definitely want to pay attention to what units that I want to eventually be into. I call these my target units. So in this case, it's going to be cost of gasoline in dollars per mile. So I know that's where I'm going. Now, since dollars or cost is in my numerator, that tells me I'm going to start with this given here. So I'm going to do $3.75 per gallon. Now I'm going to use my second given, making sure that my units cancel. So this one, I'm going to put per gallon, basically my gallon is going to go in the numerator, and then my 25 miles is going to go in my denominator. Now I'm just double checking my units. I'm canceling out gallons, those are diagonal, and I'm left with dollars per mile, which is exactly what I was hoping for. So now doing 3.75 divided by 25, I get 15 cents per mile. And just to zoom out and put this back in context, this is the cost of gasoline for the ICE vehicle per mile. Okay, moving on to part C. This says the charger supplies energy to the BEV battery at an average rate of 4.0 kilowatts and fully charges the BEV battery in 7 hours. The car will run for 100 miles on a full charge. The cost of electricity is 11 cents per kilowatt hour. And then part 1 asks us to calculate the cost of the electricity to fully charge the battery. Assume that the battery is not charged to begin with. So basically, we're looking for the cost of a full charge. So in this case, we know in order to fully charge the battery, it's going to take 7 hours. And then we know that it charges at an average rate of 4 kilowatts. So we're actually going to take those to start and we're going to multiply those. So times 4 kilowatts. This is how we get kilowatt hours, by the way. And it kind of makes sense. I mean, if you just look at the word, it's literally, kilowatt dash hour. But anyway, so this is us getting kilowatt hours because now we can use our given here, this 11 cents per kilowatt hour, to get our cost. So now we're going to take this and we're going to multiply it by 11 cents per each kilowatt hour. So kWh. Okay, good. I could have written that. Actually, you know what? I am just going to write it like that just so you can see the units canceling. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and cancel the kilowatts, and then I'm going to go ahead and cancel the hours. And so now I'm going to go ahead and plug this into my calculator, and I got $3.08. So again, zooming out, this is the cost of the electricity to fully charge the battery. Okay, now moving on to part 2, it asks us to calculate the cost of electricity per mile to drive the BEV. So now we know that a full charge costs us $3.08, and we know that the car runs for 100 miles on a full charge. So that is for each 100 miles. Now, dividing those, I'm going to just, since I'm dividing by 100, I'm going to take my decimal and move it 2 to the left. And so the full answer would be 0.0308. But since we're in dollars, we want to round this to the nearest hundredth place. So we only want our two units to the right of the decimal place. So I'm going to rewrite this as 3 cents per mile, like that. Excellent. And so just again, zooming out to recap, that's the cost of electricity per mile to drive the BEV vehicle.